Thank you for joining us today. Before I start my presentation, just want to thank all of you for coming. And in 2005, when we were working with Mr. Bate, and when we were starting our COL seminars, what we did was we really focused on teaching people how to time markets, because that's who we are. I've been trading markets for the last 45 years, and have been exposed to different global markets. And what happened was that most of our seminars, I remember, is that we have to encourage them to attend. I think we have provided sandwiches, we provide C2 water, C2 drinks. Today now, we just basically said tap water na lang natitira. And what happened really is that we were really very focused on helping people understand the psychology of trading. The sad part is that when we were doing it, we can only convert a few people to really, teaching them how to make it work. And it was really so difficult. But of course, we were insistent. So we were continuously doing all this investment, teaching them how to trade markets. And then it worked. It started to work. 2005, 2006, 2007, there was a big bull market. And all of the people who trade markets were thinking that they were really good. What really that they don't understand is that it was a bull market, so everybody was making money. Whatever strategy you use, you'll make money. The sad part is in July 2007, in our briefing, I remember it clearly, we were warning people about what's happening to the world market, what's happening to the US market. And nobody was listening. We were telling people to get out of the market. In 2008, January, I remember in our briefing also, I talk about it. I said, I'm so worried about the market. And of course, by 2008, in August 2008, 2010, the whole market collapsed. And from then on, we decided to change strategy to do what we called an easy investment program. Today, that is the battle cry of COL. So COL is all about investment program, teaching you how to invest for the long term, right? But apparently, of course, as we grow in terms of numbers of investors, a lot of these young millennials, a lot of young people basically started to go into short-term trading, which is who we are. I mean, that's that was the original strategy that we always use. So I'm happy today that the COL decided to start working with Kalum so that we can basically just share with you what I call the investor's journey. So we'll summarize it so that hopefully that I'll show you some numbers so that you will be able to see how all these things came about. All right, so look at it carefully. Long term versus short term. Look at it carefully. So today, what I did was that we broke it down into several categories. Number one is, if you're starting, you have a small amount of money, you just need to be a passive investor. Just believe in the Philippine growth story. Believe what we call the 3 basic law of money, that you need to start saving today, invest a portion, pay yourself for your financial future, and just believe in the Philippine growth story. Do a buy and hold strategy without even thinking whether the market is up or down, without being worried about anything. Stick to the passive investing. Look at the numbers, 10 to 12%. That has been consistent. The Philippine growth story is here. Right? We're growing at 6.5%, 7% GDP growth for the next 3 to 5 years. So believe me, even if the market goes down today, you should continue to have that mindset of continuous just doing an investment program. So for starters, please, same thing with me. During my time, I started as an investor, and it was so boring. Boring ba? It's so simple, so boring that, you will want one day to also be a speculator, which is what I'm going to show you. All right? So just look at this program, look at it carefully. Active investing is very simple. Just follow April, like what Lauren said. Just use her strategy of a buy low, sell high, and then they'll also advise you when the index is expensive, and you can see that she was asking, early this year, we were the first to downgrade the Philippine market. Read her article, Calling the Shots. Just follow her strategy. It's called active investing. Very simple. The numbers are there. Then, of course, this is the reason why all of you are here, I'm so sure, is because you want to know the other side of the business, which is really short-term trading. Look at the number of the short-term trading. Look at it carefully. If you are position trading, understand what you're doing, 25 to 40%. That's not only in the Philippines, but globally it's the same numbers. If you do momentum, 50 to 70%. If you do the basura, you can probably make 90%. The problem is, how do you become the expert of all these different strategies? All right, so let me show you some numbers. Passive investing. Look at it. These are real numbers, right? Very simple numbers. Put 10,000 pesos every month, investment 1.2 million, 10 years, you get a return of compounded rate of return of 10%. Active investing. An active investor is basically you understand the company you're buying, you buy it when it's low, and you sell it when it's high. And what do? If you follow one of the best fund managers in the Philippines, active investing, he has compounded for the last 20 years more than 21%. Today, of course, in the last 10 years, his average is still 12.8%. All right, now let me just share with you why it's higher. It's very simple. Because the fund manager at the top of the market can raise cash. For example, early this year, January, we were asking people to raise 20, 30% cash. Just by raising 20, 30% cash, and the market drops 15, 20%, you save already how many percent? Just by being in cash, avoiding, not the fully invested, just avoiding it, you can already increase your yield. And that's what really an active investor is doing. You got it? Right? A fund manager, basically, if he knows that the market is coming down, he will raise cash, assuming he raised 30% cash. Right? So if the market dropped 20%, he basically saves 6%. Right? 6% savings down. Now, at this level, then he starts coming back and buy the market. He can already outperform the index. That's one of the reasons why active investing should be better than passive investing. Right? But if you're just starting, you don't want to think anymore. Just buy the Philippine Growth Story. You get your 10, 12%. You focus on your job. You focus on your work. And you just set aside for your financial freedom. You got it? It's really that simple. And look at it. If you look at April's number, it has outperformed. Calling the Shot has outperformed. Right? It started in 2012. I think 2012. Yes. Right? And look at it. Simple. Just by following her, buy it, the buy below slowly, and then when the prices hits target price, you just sell it. So these are real numbers which we're sharing with you today. All right? But I know you're here because you want to go for the higher numbers, right? Yan bang gusto natin? Hindi. Yan ang gusto natin di ba? Gusto niya na yung excitement. O sige, bibigyan na kita natin ng excitement ito. All right, okay. Go back. Okay, so what I did was I included both position trading and momentum trading. Look at the numbers on position. By the way, I have to have a disclaimer. Anybody who is going to momentum, position trading, swing trading, only 15% makes it. All right? So there's a disclaimer. I'm not teaching you to do this. I'm just telling you that, if you want to do these things, right, only 15% can make it. Okay? Agree? May disclaimer na ako, ha? Okay, let's go. All right. Can you imagine when we're teaching people how to do technical analysis using market timing? I call it the 3 R's. Retracement, reset, reversals. These are all available. We can teach you that. We can teach you that. Now, I do a lot of workshop in the province based on these 3 R's. No? And the return is 25 to 40%. When you're doing momentum trading, which is very simple, it's called flag and pennant. It's very simple, only waiting for momentum stocks showing you, and then you just participate. You can get 50, 70%. These are real numbers, and I will show you that it's real. Okay? The only thing is, of course, it's only a few people can make it. Ayaw. Cannot make it now. Look at these numbers. This is a Citi Securities numbers. These are all professional traders. Supposed to be all professional traders, okay? Look at the numbers. These are more than 40 traders. Look at the average return. Last year, they were much better. This year, the average is just 25.5%. All right? This is already being watched by a team of risk managers, watching them like a hawk. Okay? Trading the Philippine market. Look at those numbers. 72% are below average. Using technical analysis, binabantayan na yan, binabantayan. We watch them like a hawk already. And still, a lot of people underperform. What's the reason? What's the reason? Bakit nag-underperform sila? What is the reason? Because of what? Simple behavior of people. Greed. Pwede pa, pwede pa. Right? Di ba? Normal yan, di ba? Tapos hope. And that's what we do, right? That's the problem as a trader, as an individual trader, you will always have that problem. What we call the emotional cycle of investing. Imagine trading every day. You're watching the market, right? You're trying to best 200,000 other traders there in a market that is so small in the Philippines, right? So you need to understand that those numbers, look at those numbers. We had one outlier, 80 to 90%. 2 of them. Only 2 out of 40. Right? Only 2 out of 40. The rest, yes, they're not losing, but they're not making money. Right? Can you imagine? That's always the danger. It's like driving a Ferrari. Right? Maybe driving like a Ferrari. So I'll show you how Ferraris are being driven. Look at those numbers carefully, Binabantayan na yan, So this is what everybody likes. Di ba? Only 3% makes it kasi you're driving a Ferrari. You cannot, even though how good you are, right, you cannot make a mistake. Right or wrong? Because one mistake alone, you will lose a lot of money already. If you don't manage it, if you don't know the rules. Today, I think what you'll be learning today is how do you become, being able to know the rules so that you can survive when you're driving a Ferrari. So look at the numbers of a Ferrari. The first, how many of you are in Calata? Wala? Oh, very good. I'm so sure. Di ba? Isang mali ka lang, ubos na kayo. Di ba? You cannot afford to make a mistake. Right? Because if you don't know what you're buying, what you're selling, ano nangyayari sa kumpanya na yan, wala. Isang mali ka lang. Facebook lang yan, o nagmamanipulate lang sila. Sasama na kayo dyan. Without really knowing what's happening. O sige, again. I'll give you a price if you're in Calata. Wala pa rin? Right? This is how dangerous when you're trading penny stocks. Illiquid penny stocks. What's the second one? I'll give you a price if you know this company. Who said Altera? I'll get you a price later. How many times did he do it? Once or twice? Huh? Look at it, oh. Look at that. The first, it's a shell company. People are promoting it, saying that, I think at that time, Okada is going to be listed. Diba? I-inject yung company dun sa loob. Ano nangyari? Umakyat. Ang laki ng inakyat yan, ha? Ang daming tinamaan dyan. Ang dami tinamaan dyan. This is, I know you guys can relate, right? Even though you don't want to admit you're there. How many of you were in Altera? This is the reason why it's really so scary. When you're doing something, buying something you don't understand, the worst is really the illiquid issues that's coming in. Right? Sometimes it will work, sometimes it will not. Ang problema, hindi mo alam kung kailan ang totoo. Di ba? Umaakyat na, humahabol pa kayo sa taas, sa tuktok, naghahabol pa yan. Okada. Yun, Okada tayo lahat dito. And that's what happened when you don't know what you're buying. So if you're looking just for the excitement, please learn the rules of the game. There are rules that are there for you to learn. And there are risks. Managing your risk. How many % lang you can participate. And this is what we teach all our traders day in, day out. Walang sinasabi na it's called ego trading. Walang ego trading dito. Trading is a business. And we have said that so many times. 60% is preparation. 30% risk. And 10% the things that you're going to learn today, 10% lang yan eh. Everything is psychological. It's emotional. You have to know how to do it properly. Right? There's a new stock here. What is this stock? Huh? Sino nagsabi nun? Nag-aral ka na sa kilom eh. Di ba? Look at it. Look at this stock carefully. The same thing. Shell company now being sold. A month ago, it did said the same thing. Look at how they sell it. From 180 to 70 cents in just a few days. Right? Today, meron na naman. Ay, hindi ko lang alam yung storya. Baka alam mo yung storya. Who's going in? Who's going in? I don't know. I really don't know. Hindi ko alam. We don't really look at these kind of companies. But I'm so sure everybody is participating. Yes, you can make money. The only thing is, if you don't get out, right? If you get out, it goes to 3 pesos. Di mumurahin mo na sarili mo. Binenta mo sa 3 pesos, umakyat ng 5. Mumurahin mo naman sarili mo. Bumunta ng 10 pesos. Dapat hinawakan ko na ito. It's the same story every day. We see this every day. Right? I really don't know how much it's going to go. Maybe it's really going to be injected into a very big company. But these are stories that are being told every day. Right? If you want to participate, just make sure when it goes down, you can be fast getting out. We really don't encourage it. But the reason why we need to warn you about it is already because this is happening almost every day. Rumors are coming in every day. And can you imagine, a shell company is bought out only for 400 million pesos, for 67%. Right? So if a company is injecting it, that means that's the only amount they're paying. But the market cap can be 2 billion, 3 billion, 5 billion. So sino yung natatalo? It's us, the investors or the traders. That's why you need to know what you're doing. Because if you don't know what you're doing, right? One big down move, ubos na yan. Right? One big down move. Now, let me share with you, this is not only happening in the Philippines. It's the same everywhere in the world.